Hey, what's up, players? WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long. I just want to endorse some of my brothers that are doing an outstanding job of podcasts. I'm talking about the first Black Champ podcast, one of the greatest podcasts of all time, and it's growing and growing each and every day. Talking about my man, J.R. Bang and Champ from the Port. Players, you better take a listen to him, and if you don't, I'll have J.R. Bang and Champ put them in a tag team match, and it's going to be a lot of trouble.
Yo, good day. Hello, and how are you? Russ, good morning. Right up with us on second one. We appreciate that, my brother. Hey, it is it's time to talk about wrestling, man. And whether you're in the WWE or AAA or wherever you watch wrestling and keep up, there is still some things to talk about, and probably some prophetic things coming from the one and only J.R. Bang. But man, hey, why waste a long intro, man? Let's get right to it. It's time for the first Black Champ podcast, and I am still your podcast, Intercontinental Champion, Camp from the Port.
Mi amo J.R. Bang. No, let me. Mi amo J.R. Bang. Hey. Up in this joint, man. Y'all know what it is. You already know what it is. First Black Champ. But hold on. Let me make sure. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure that I do this, at least part of this right. Because we are first Black Champ, but we also are Primer Campeon Negro. You know what I'm saying? Hey. According to Google Translate. Might not even say it that right, but make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download to the Barbershop Network, home of First Black Champ. Make sure you follow us on everything at the FBC POD Camp. Got that red on. Y'all already know what it is. Hey, man, lots to talk about today, because it was a decent amount of things that happened in wrestling this week. First of all, start off with AAA's TripleMania that happened last night. TripleMania 33. Saying so. Okay. Make sure we talk about everything here, and I've talked about how my love for Lucha Libre has definitely helped me with my love for wrestling. And last night, AAA's TripleMania, the first under the TKO WWE umbrella, happened last night. And see, there you go, Russ. Yeah, you got to be super up on your Spanish. Yeah,
for sure.
I took Spanish from 6th to 8th grade. Shouts out to Miss Fauché and Michelle Clark. As y'all can see, I ain't get a lot out of it. You know what I'm saying? Mucho gusto, mi amo Bang. Como estás? ¿Qué tal? Both our ways to say. There's a song. They had a Spanish song that helped us learn the basics, and I found that bitch on YouTube.
Okay.
A couple of years ago, I sent it over to my homie Chris, because even though we were a year apart, he had the same teacher. They had the same stuff.
Okay.
So we was laughing our ass off on that. I did not take any other language class in high school. Don't ask how I graduated without it, but I did. You know what I'm saying? So
also, you didn't need the fine arts credit for high school.
My fine arts credit came from TV.
Okay. Yeah. That count.
Yeah. That came from that. And what's funny is 7th and 8th grade, we had a TV, like a video production class, and we were editing like stuff in SVHS. In fact, I was talking to Trey about this because shouts out to the oldest. He turned 11 on Friday. So I had talk part 1.
Okay.
I had talk part 1 with him, which was, it is not too late, or it's never too early to start thinking about what you want to do for the rest of your life.
That's a fact. I wish somebody would have told me that.
Man, but see, here's what I told him, and I didn't even realize this until like this year. 7th and 8th grade, I took a video production class. And this was early. You know what I'm saying? If I'm in the 7th and 8th grade, that's 1994, 1995.
Yeah.
So ain't nobody really thinking about that early, like in these schools. Like, so took that class. Senior year, I could have chose radio class or TV production. I chose TV production because I already knew how to edit an SVHS, so that was an easy A. Then I look at where my career ended up going. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
like,
fact. Yeah, no, absolutely.
So, like, have I taken different turns and stuff? Yeah, but what I was doing in 7th and 8th grade, I end up doing. Like, eventually end up doing. So I was just talking to him. Well, talk number one is it's never too early to think about what you want to be when you grow up. And not just, I want to be a streamer. Like, yo.
Yeah.
By the time you get old, the cats are not going to be old.
Facts,
like,
Yeah.
Like, we already going to be moving on to probably something else. So we was talking about that and that thing, and it just led to like a lot of conversations and stuff like that. So again, first off,
awesome.
Happy birthday to him.
Yeah.
And it's wild. Second of all, it's wild that he's 11, because if you've been listening to this podcast, depending on when you started, he was 3.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Like that's wild. Like, it's wild to think about that. If you were listening to this podcast day one, you heard me tell him to shut his ass up. You've heard me change Pampers. You've heard him cry. Like, you've heard all of this stuff. And actually, to transition into TripleMania, right? Like I said, I've been watching TripleMania since 1994, really. And looking at what I was looking at last night, like, it's just wild how this sport has grown, and now how everything is connected. And now that AAA is under the WWE umbrella, you saw a lot of WWE influenced things or people wrestling there, including like Dominick, Mysterio and AJ Styles being involved in that in the main event, and Grande, Americano, and a couple of other appearances. So first of all, I want to shout out to all of my Mexican brothers out there who in love with the Lucha Libre sport. And I feel like we're gonna see more of a combination of it. And they're gonna be doing the Worlds Collide pay-per-view too. Learned last night.
Oh wow!
They're gonna be doing that. So I know Russ just said NXT Mexico, and you know what? I mean, however, I think it's a good time for people to even just go back in the archives on YouTube. AAA 1 is on YouTube. You get to see some of your favorites when they were younger, or some of the jobbers that you saw. Even Jake the Snake, and how Jake the Snake was a big part of the promotion of TripleMania 1. So So let me break it down to you, because this is a little bit that I do remember.
Yeah.
So when Jake the Snake left WCW, he went to Mexico. And I can't remember who Conan was wrestling. But it was a loser leaves Mexico match. But I believe hey.
The whole country, you bitch ass.
You leave Mexico, you cut your hair, and lose your mask. Which one you want? Like, hey, which one you want? Hey, Mexico, hey, man, fuck all that shit. You choose between this. You can leave the country, you can lose your mask, or you cut your hair. Which 3? Pick one of the 3. So Jake the Snake Roberts cost Conan the 2 out of 3 falls match. And matter of fact, I think it was Andrade's father.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was Andrade's father, Cien. But he loses the match 2-0. And the second one, the second fall was a count out.
Oh, dang.
So it's not just he lost in the count out because Jake Roberts was fucking with him. So he's like, fuck this. I'm going to fight Jake the Snake Roberts. He gets counted out. He got to leave. But I think he was like filming a movie or some shit. And then he came back. And then he eventually fought Jake the Snake Roberts in a hair match.
Okay.
And Jake the Snake Roberts lost his hair. So imagine a bald head Jake the Snake Roberts out here.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild off the rip.
Yeah, so that's like even like Eddie Guerrero was the clincher, but seeing Jake the Snake Roberts is like, oh shit, I know him. And I think we've all been in those situations where we see a wrestler somewhere else, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna keep watching because I know that wrestler.
Facts
and everything. So that's how you was talking about how ECW got you into for me, it was actually watching Telemundo, Channel 44. Channel 44 and watching Jake Roberts, Conan, Eddie Guerrero, Art Barr, and all of those people. So to see that now, and to see this now was wild when we get what we get. But to go into it, Dominick Mysterio. I don't know if I'll put it like this, and this might be a hot take. I don't think it is, but Dominick Mysterio, outside of Roman Reigns and John Cena, Dominick Mysterio might be the most over wrestler in North America.
Wow. Okay. That's
now we know what North America is: Canada,
America,
North America, Mexico.
For sure.
He might be the most over wrestler in North America, outside of those two wrestlers.
Wow.
And now you notice I didn't say Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, true. Yeah, no, I caught that.
That man,
look, you know what? Hey, that's fair though. It's been a really great 2025 for Dom. It has.
Yeah, like he gets up on the screen and all you see is cheers to the point. Well, I'm like, look, he might win this joint. I did not even think to the point of where like AJ Styles might interrupt. I just was like, yo, soon as I saw him and I heard the reaction, we might get a new champion out here. We got, but just to go through the card real quick before we talk more about Dominick Mysterio, Omos is in Mexico.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he was in the Copa. I'm not gonna pronounce this shit right. I'm just gonna call this shit the Copa Royal Rumble. They have their version of Royal Rumble. It's 14 people.
Okay.
La Parka, the 2025 version of La Parka. Yeah, he do a new dance though.
Okay.
This La Parka do a different dance though. I'm like, oh shit, this one, all right, I feel you. But it's a funny photo on social that has 7'3" Omos looking at 3'3" little wrestler. And that shit was hilarious. He kicked the shit out this kid or this grown man. Bow. But Omos wins it. And it feels like to me, yes. Yes.
El Dominito.
Yes.
Or is it the Demonito? Is it the demon? I'm guessing, right?
Hey, there you go. But there we go. But no, Micro Man though, like Micro Man is what they was calling him or calling homie on TV.
Micro Man.
Micro Man.
Micro Man.
I was just like,
yo, you can't get no bitches being named Micro Man, dog.
Hey, and not at all. And that's what she said. You know what I'm saying? But people who was in this joint was 2025 La Parka, Laredo Kid, Jaqueen Wild, Mecha Wolf, Cruz de Toro, Otis, Pimpinella. You know what I'm saying? Pimpinella. Hey, and it was funny. It was like the Exoticos are in the building. I was like, okay, this is just another way of calling people the LGBTQ wrestlers. I was laughing when I said the Exoticos, like, oh no, I'm the flamboyant ones. Feel you. I see what y'all doing. And Conan, Conan, look, Conan still ain't ain't politically correct.
Yeah,
it's like, yo, cause Pimpinella was about to kiss Otis, and he was like, "Is he bi?" And I was like,
wait, the replay on the network.
Oh, it's on YouTube. They had it on YouTube.
Right after the show. Right after the show.
I was like, "Oh, come in."
Last night, but
I said, "Oh,"
after the show.
I said, "Oh, no." Yeah. Octagon Jr. was there as well, but Omos was the winner of this match. First and foremost, I feel like Omos is trending towards this generation's Andre the Giant, not in the way that y'all think I'm talking. Andre the Giant, tall, big ass, go all across the world and be an attraction.
Yeah,
I think they're building Omos to be like how we look at wrestling needs to change. And I think Omos is going to be a throwback to that attraction that went to all of the territories.
Yeah.
Kicked some ass, won a belt, left. But you remember him because he was either fat as hell, he was tall as hell, he was a monster.
Yeah.
That's Omos. Omos was in Japan doing some shit. Now he's in Mexico doing some stuff with AAA. It would not shock me or surprise me if we see him there. It would not shock me or surprise me if we see him at when Worlds Collide or Worlds Collide. Hell, it wouldn't shock me if you see him wrestling for the title, like it or a title. It would not shock me because I feel like they're going to be using Omos across the world as an attraction. And then maybe in 2026, you see him back in the WWE, possibly full time or something like that.
So now with that, because I like what you're saying, and I'm with the attraction angle for a lot of the like 7-footers and all of that. Do you think that it's in the best interest for an Omos or people just in that vein to maybe even just show up once a month or every 2 months and like they come in, they wreck shit, and then they kind of just like go hibernate? Or do you think that with the clip that wrestlers work, obviously 2 times a week for like the WWE specifically, or like just once or twice a week and then house shows, do you think that's necessary? Or is it just to be like kind of like legend is Omos just beat 15 people in the last like 3 months though? You know what I mean?
I think in Omos' case is legend is. Like, for example, I still remember when Vader debuted in WCW. And he had to go back because I think it was some requirements he had to fulfill. He had to fill some dates at All Japan or New Japan, New Japan Pro Wrestling. But I remember when they kept. Now this is Vader with the full mask, not Vader with the straps in his face.
Yeah, for sure.
This is Vader with the lightning black and like the lightning pink or fuchsia or red, whatever it is, with the mask on. When they start showing them clips of him with the elephant tusk, with the smoke out, it made us go, ooh. Now the thing is with Omos is we've seen him. We didn't see Vader.
Yeah.
We've seen Omos. So I think that as much as you can grow him into the attraction / monster, then you can bring him back over and put him on the lighter schedule. You just got to make sure that you don't keep him over here long enough to where you like, yo, we got to put him in a championship type of shit. We got to put him in the top of the card because he's this tall and he's been co-signed and he's doing this and doing that. Like, nah, I think Omos going across the world and being that person that when you bring him back, it's the legend of Omos.
Yeah.
He went over to Japan and he whooped people's ass and became a tag team champion. He went to AAA during TripleMania and won their battle royal. He went over to England and choke slam the shit out of a lot of people that Camp from the Port don't like. He went over to Australia. He's with you built that, and then he comes over and it's like, yo.
Yeah.
Oh, and you show these clips. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
But you still got to be careful because what you don't want is then the internet wrestling community, especially the black folks, I hate to say this, especially the black folks, be like, oh man, Omos been putting in work all across the world. He need to be wrestling Cody Rhodes for the title. Like that you don't want.
Right.
Let him be an attraction. Let him and Cody get into a fight. Maybe, he throws him over the ring and then Omos go, I'm going to crush you, and stuff like that. But then we don't see him for a little bit. Like that, for lack of a better term, but also to be hilarious, keep dick teasing us. Like, pause. Like just keep teasing us. Like, I can't, bitch, you tell me I can't yet, I bet.
Yeah.
And we do, and shit like that. Have Omos go up against, throw some celebrities around, put him into some 1-on-3 matches and stuff like that. I remember seeing Andre the Giant versus Jim Powers, Paul Roma, and Tito Santana.
Yeah, yeah. Because and I like what you're saying because I don't ever need a deciding finish match between Cody Rhodes and Omos, right? It could be count out victories or losses. It could be disqualifications. Something just real bad happened. Watch Omos bend a chair after Cody tried to throw it at him or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really need a record books deciding finish match from Omos, especially with the way they were booking them before this whole transition happened when he started going to Japan and everywhere else. So I'm with you.
Yeah. So we have that. Then the next match after that, El Hijo did Dr. Wagner Jr. versus El Messias, which I realized was Ricky Banderas, aka Judas Messias in TNA, which is probably, I won't say scary, but was probably one of the most, put him in a death match, have a nice day, as people in the WWE. In TNA. His matches with Abyss, some of those death matches they had was oh man. Then also he was, I forgot my man's name when he was in Lucha Underground. I think Mill something. It's just his name in there. Escapes me real quick, but I've seen my man over the years and just be oh, okay, I forgot you was out here in Puerto Rico and Mexico doing your thing. And yes, Russ, I do believe that TNA dropped the ball with him, but I also, from what I remember, he was kind of a little eccentric and everything too, so I don't think that helped. Dr. Wagner Jr., his daddy was there. And yes, Conan was very triggered by that match. Hey, look, I don't know if real life bled into it, but when you watch that match, Kemp, just be yo, is Conan telling us the match or what? Because at one point, Conan said, why is he with the audience? Why is he not in the corner of his son? The whole point is what he's supposed to jump over it, jump up in there and help his son out when he could just do it right there. And I was I was just Conan. I don't know if Conan dude or not. Let me just say that. I don't know if Conan and Dr. Wagner are cool. But Conan's just, I don't think he fuck with him. That's the best thing I'll say. I don't think he rock with him like that. But
can't wait.
Yeah,
Conan. I love Conan. I can't wait.
Yeah. But El Messias did lose the match by pinfall. Judgment Day, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, and Raquel Rodriguez with Roxanne Perez, who was looking mighty nice, defeated Mr. Iguana. Nino Hamburger. How do you say hamburger in Spanish, Kent?
The hamburger hit. Hamburguesa.
There you go, Hamburguesa. Who looks like PN News. Let me just say that. When he comes out, you're going to be nah, that's PN News' son. You're going to be El Hijo del PN.
Yo, Nino, El Nino, yeah.
Right? Yeah, you're going to be nah, this is El Hijo del PN News. And Lola Vice The Judgment Day won in that match. Pagano and Psycho Clown defeated Los Garzas and the Street Fight versus each other versus the the AAA World Tag Team Championships. Flamer featuring Fabi Apache. No, Flamer. These women though, like Flame. This ain't this ain't I knew you was gonna be like,
what's up with I'm like, yo, who's doing the training out in Mexico and why they stunting on everybody? That's a different life from them.
It wasn't that, but defeated Fabi Apache and Natalya in a three-way match for the AAA Women's Championship. Natalya, let me stop there.
I'm like, yeah, she can't even win the matches out the country, is she? Damn. Jesus.
Hey man, that's actually kind of where I was going, not specifically there. But have you seen Natty's new character where she's basically like a brawler?
No,
like she's been winning.
I've seen shades of it, like in the TNA stuff. I've been seeing some of that. So is it like that, or is she another?
Yeah, like in the NWA joints, like you see her with with the MVP joint on with Natty across of it. She's been wrestling. She was wrestling in Bloodsport, Josh Barnett's organization, and everything too. She's been wrestling in that joint, and she's been winning matches there. But basically, Natty's like a fighter now. Like she's put the mouthpiece. She's basically Kurt Angle. But she's not Perk Natty. But when
she ain't giving up like that, she ain't running up cages and super off of it and all that.
Not yet. But you know when he went from the wrestling boots to the wrestling shoes, and start, it's like that mixed with MMA.
A real talk, we don't talk about it much too. Kurt Angle did a really great version of the revamped Bob Backlund that started killing Bret Hart because he had the wrestling shoes on too.
Like once he started doing that, it's just like, I bet this is what we're doing right here. Boom. And that's what he's doing. That's what she's doing, but she lost. And then El Hijo del Vikingo defeated Dominick Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and El Grande Americano. Dominick Mysterio was looking to hit the frog splash, but AJ Styles came out and attacked him, brought him out of the match. El Hijo del Vikingo did the splash on, I want to say, Dragon Lee, and got the pin for the AAA Mega Championship. Dope ass pay-per-view. No complaints. I would say no complaints. I won't say this is a complaint. But for the American viewer, it might be a complaint. But for me, it's not a complaint. It was, and I'll get to that in a second, Russ. But during the Judgment Day versus Mr. Iguano, Nino and Lola Vice match, we know Mr. Iguana has the iguana.
For sure.
As was mentioned here, the demon appeared. The demon appeared. But it wasn't the demon of what we normally see from Finn Balor. No. What Greg is talking about here is El Demonito was a puppet version of Finn Balor's demon.
All right. Well, we got cracking.
So Mr. Iguana had his iguana.
Right.
Finn Balor was like, nah.
Oh man, that's wild.
And ate the iguana with his puppet.
So the demon ate the iguana. Hey, well, at least it's real life. Because if the iguana won from a demon, I'm like, all right, you got a future endeavor, Finn and the puppet now. Because you can't lose him. You can't lose both.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
Russ. Hey, I said it last week. At this point, we need the Villanos versus the Americanos. We need that. We need. I figure Villano 1, 2, and 3 are gone or old, so we need 4, 5, 6, and 7 to go up against the El Grande Americanos. I'm with you on that. But Russ said something, and yeah, it was pop of the night too. It was pop of the night outside of Dominick Mysterio. When that shit popped out, they like, It's like, what the fuck going on? But hey, I'm American.
Right, for sure.
So there you go. Different audiences.
Yeah.
But the crowd wasn't feeling Vikingo at all. In fact, it felt like to me they had get the fuck out of here heat. Like, I don't know what he did. I don't know what he did or whatever, but they hated him, and I think that's what bled on to the love for Dominick Mysterio and El Grande Americano. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens going forward and what they're going to do. Now, with that being said, Cam, I want to bring back what we talked about last week.
Okay, let's do it.
What we talked about last week is Eddie Guerrero Cup.
Yeah.
Copa Eddie Guerrero. I think last night made it even more of a case for that. And yes, Donnie, they do love Alberto Del Rio.
Man.
WWE ain't gonna be paying this dude until they can't because of obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I do have a thought though, and it's kind of bleeding into this. Yes, it's gonna be very interesting what the WWE does with AAA. Cause I'm not gonna speak to like I've been watching AAA for the last couple of years, but I do know how much Alberto Del Rio was over there.
Yeah.
While people were looking at Alberto Del Rio as a pariah in America, he went back to the crib and it was
They're like, yo, Viva Del Rio.
You know what I'm saying? Alberto Del Patron in this bitch. What we doing? We love him. Boom.
Yeah.
It's almost like white people and Hulk Hogan.
Okay. Hey, fair.
Before the last Raw appearance.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, we love Hulk Hogan. No matter what, we love Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah.
Vikingo gets the belt after Alberto has to drop it. Now they're like, fuck you, right? But I'll say that to say, if this is the case, this is why the Eddie Guerrero Cup is important. Because I truly believe that, one, if the WWE, TKO owns AAA now. WWE purchases AAA.
Right.
And you know the WWE, if they anything like the founder and the founder's son, they're going to put their stamp on what they own. They will turn Tony Atlas into Samba Simba. It's going to be interesting to see what they do, and I think it's a perfect time for the Eddie Guerrero Cup. You take, again, for those who didn't listen to last week's episode that didn't see the stream, you take the best wrestlers in AAA, WWE, and NXT, and you put them in a tournament. And the winner of that tournament goes up against the champion. Now, last week, we said 230 pounds. Now I'm like, no, open that shit up to everybody. After watching what I saw last night, open it up for everybody. Because whoever goes over Vikingo is going to be over like Rover. And it's probably going to give you your new Alberto Del Patron without all of the issues. So whether it is Chad Gable, whether it is Mr. Iguana, no matter who it is, you put them all in the tournament and you put them there. And part of that reason is because of what Trick Williams is doing in TNA. Because the way that I see it right now, Kent, until somebody tell me anything different, the WWE owns TNA.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's just WWE TNA right now. And quiet as kept, Triple as quiet as it's kept, Trick Williams is on a run that a black wrestler has not had in such a long time.
Okay.
What he's doing at NXT and TNA, oh my God. So seeing what he's doing there, I'm going to tell you this right now. Do the Eddie Guerrero Cup. And Vikingo versus Dominick Mysterio at WrestleMania 41. And give Dominick Mysterio the title. And just like how you saw him celebrate after he won the Intercontinental Championship, when he has the AAA Mega Championship, it's going to be rocket where everybody Hispanic, everybody Spanish. Because the way that crowd reacted to him, boom, you do an Eddie Guerrero Cup, solidify it.
Right.
Boom.
So now, and I just want to make sure you said, so do that WrestleMania, not the next TripleMania.
No, I'm at WrestleMania.
Okay.
Because see, here's the other thing. Because here's the other thing too, right? The WWE gonna make sure to put those belts over, or put something over at their biggest event. You have Dominick Mysterio win in Vegas and Worlds Collide that happens in September. Where's it happening at? Vegas. If you do that, I think you set that belt up with a WWE style legacy, with also combining the Mysterio name, a name synonymous with not only Lucha Libre, but with AAA, because Rey Mysterio Jr. was at the first TripleMania, I believe, too. I think you set it up. So, again, just break this down for y'all, right? Eddie Guerrero Cup, Copa Eddie Guerrero, best wrestlers or wrestlers from WWE, TNA, NXT, AAA, they all wrestle in the tournament style. And the winner of that goes to WrestleMania to wrestle the champion at WrestleMania, whoever it may be. Dominick Mysterio should win the first Eddie Guerrero Cup to give it the name that it needs. And to win the championship at WrestleMania. And then you put the AAA Mega Championship on the spotlight on the biggest stage of them all.
I like it. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. And I think what also it could do, I think for anybody that may be worried about TKO Endeavor subsidiary WWE buying all these different organizations or what have you, I think it shows that WrestleMania is just back to being the showcase of the immortals, right? But then everybody's going off and doing their own thing. So now you have so much, you have so much to watch and so many different stories and so many different aspects of wrestling that you can partake in without having to feel like, oh man, I only got to watch Raw and SmackDown because that's the WWE. Like, you could be like, hey, I'm just going to watch AAA. And then I know that I'll be up to speed with the casual event, the Super Bowl of wrestling now. But now we have so many other places to watch wrestling, and yet it can all culminate into one event, and which is a 2-night event now too. So even more reason to make WrestleMania even more special. So that's dope. I get it.
Yeah. And not only that, you put in what you purchase and you put them on the spotlight at the end of the day. There's also been rumors about TNA. They're looking for a television home for TNA. And I want to get your thoughts on this. I actually didn't put this on in the rundown, but I wanted to get your thoughts on this. So there's rumors out there, and let me first say, I don't necessarily believe all of these rumors because of where some of these rumors are coming from and how some of these rumors are coming from pro AEW people. But there are rumors that suggest that the WWE is helping TNA find a new television home. And part of the reason why they're helping them find a television home is because they want to move AEW out of that number 2 spot. The word is that there's big potential that CW will be the new home of TNA, which is also the home of NXT.
Yeah.
So on Wednesdays, what's the same night? AEW.
Yeah.
This is also part of the reason why you'll start to see more WWE people there, which is why I'm calling TNA officially WWE TNA, like it used to be NWA TNA is WWE TNA. What are your thoughts on this rumor about the WWE basically putting the gas in the TNA in order to reportedly become the number 2 wrestling organization in the world?
Speaking as a person that didn't watch it from its inception, but got up to speed later, I think this is awesome. I think this is a brilliant idea because for our time. So this is no shade to the original NWA or AWA and all of that, but for our time, and I'm going to say the last 30 years, TNA, with respect to WCW, has been one of the more prominent legacy building, moment making organizations in the world of wrestling. And for them to really now get that stamp of being like, hey, it's number 2 based off the catalog that they have and then what they're doing with it right now, I think that's great. I think it almost feels like when the underground hip hop legend gets the major record deal for like $2 million. You know what I'm saying? It's because it's like, there's a legion of people that know how great this is and was, and all the great moments that they have. It's like, but now with the new TV deal, with the new backing and the new money behind it, it's like, yeah, you know what? We could put out potentially a cult classic, but now the world will see it. So I think that's important. From a Nashville perspective, I think that's amazing because even as I talk to people that are wrestling fans here in the city, they don't even know. And some of these people are Nashville natives or have been here 10, 15, 20 years, and they didn't even realize that TNA was here. So I think just even that level of awareness, I think, is important. So I think it's nothing but good. I think it counteracts all of the negative internet press that TKO, Endeavor, WWE get for saying, oh, y'all just buying up everything. Y'all trying to monopolize. You're doing exactly what Vince McMahon did, and you're going to ruin wrestling. I think it answers that with the, hey, shut the fuck up and let's do some business. I think it answers that. And right now, I don't see any negative in that. If there was a negative to be seen, it's just what happens to AEW now that you are now competing with an actual flagship brand and not the once developmental becoming its own monster brand. I think that's the bigger thing now because, AEW versus NXT, people were like, but that, that's the developmental brand. And so what if they beaten them? But now you're with another heritage brand. So now let's see how that works. And I mean, not for nothing, who's to say some of those AEW guys won't go to TNA to get the exposure they actually want, seeing how this is running the way it is.
So I like it. I think this builds the best ecosystem that we've seen in wrestling in some time. And when I mean sometime, I mean the territory days.
Mm-hmm.
Having the WWE, having the TNA, having the AEW, and when I say WWE, I mean NXT as well. Mm-hmm. So having all of them, and then when you think about New Japan Pro Wrestling, when you think about C-Mill and AAA, this quite possibly is the best time for wrestling, not only for the viewer, but for the wrestler in quite some time. Mm-hmm. You mean, look, people might not even realize, or the casual wrestling fan might not realize this, but MJF is doing some dope things with C-Mill currently right now. And C-Mill and AEW have a partnership and everything. So I believe that this is the best time for a wrestler, since the territories, because I could go to all of these spots and make money. Mm-hmm. Talked about what Omos was doing, or has been doing too, as an attraction. Mm-hmm. So I don't mind it. Like, I don't mind it at all. This is also why I said the WWE needs to transition themselves into the worldwide leader of pro wrestling. Mm-hmm. WWE needs to be. So let me actually rephrase this and put it into something that Roger Goodell said. Mm-hmm. They asked him if he felt like he was competing against the other sports entities. He said, nah, the NFL is competing with Apple and Google. Like, ooh. Mm-hmm. Now, the way I thought about it was it's IP at this point for them. Mm-hmm. It's IP at this point. So when the deal with the NFL selling their NFL network and Red Zone and other properties to ESPN, mm-hmm. and NFL getting a 10% stake into ESPN, it's mm-hmm. like the NFL knows that for the most part, they're untouchable. They got games on Christmas, and they're going to be looking at the NFL games on Christmas more than they're looking at the NBA games on Christmas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's just,
especially the last year.
Exactly. So the way I think about it is that the TKO, because I also think it's about time, and you tell me if I'm wrong in this too. I think it's about time for us to stop saying WWE when we're talking about the higher ups and start saying TKO.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
When we talk about what Triple H and the WWE, no, TKO. Yeah. What TKO was doing. Think it is about time for us to stop looking at that and look at it as what TKO management is doing.
Right.
And that's also more the reason why I believe that it is about time for the WWE to realize that they're the worldwide leader in sports entertainment. Mm-hmm. And what they do from now on is based off of the world of professional wrestling, mm-hmm. and not necessarily just them.
Yeah.
The UFC, I think, is a perfect example of that.
I was literally about to say that. Yep.
Because when the UFC, and we talked about it here, I watched on the network the UFC from its inception, mm-hmm. To when it got to a point where it became must-see TV for us. Mm-hmm. We lived in Atlanta, and we was watching UFC. We was watching The Ultimate Fighter. That shit was appointment television for us.
Yep, absolutely.
At that point. Then Pride came under their fold, and they bought WEC to compete with, I think it was, I can't remember the name of it. And then they end up buying... Yeah, Strike Force. Mm-hmm. And they end up buying them, and then they had Little Fam. Mm-hmm. And then you start seeing them not only talk about what the UFC was going on, they talked about everybody but Bellator. And even on occasion, they'd be like, yo, homie came from Bellator, he was this, boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
And that's where I believe the WWE needs to go. And the perfect engine to help them with that is them bringing their PLEs over to ESPN.
Yeah.
At this point, the WWE needs to realize, or TKO needs to realize, that the WWE is the worldwide leader, and we can report on everything. And that's when, even though the WWE is the big dog, mm-hmm. now you bring in TNA, make them bigger. And you got AAA, you make them bigger.
Yeah.
You got all of these entities. And now you can start reporting. You can now have content around reporting the news from all of those organizations you got the relationship with.
Yeah.
And at some point, AEW gonna have to play ball with you.
Yeah.
Instead of doing it their way.
Yeah, because what you're saying in a sense is to kind of like frame it into like real wrestling time. It would be like if TKO Endeavor existed in 1997 and was like, well, I'll just buy WCW and the WWE and we'll rock out. And then then TNA is now automatically like, what should we do by 2002, 2003? And then they buy them because that's essentially what it is like, instead of the mind frame of there can only be one number one pro wrestling organization, it's like, well, what about the guy that's just like, well, how about if I just want all of y'all to wrestle? And how about what if I just want all of y'all to stay where y'all at and I just fund all of this and rock out? And TNA don't have to be like NXT, like AEW, like TNA, if I didn't say it, like NWA and like WWE. It could be just like, hey, look, there's enough money for all of y'all to do y'all thing and put on great wrestling product. But hey, let's center this around ESPN for one network, and let's just and WrestleMania is still going to be WrestleMania. But hey, you just might get a AAA title match, or you might get a TNA champion at WrestleMania. But this is WrestleMania, though. This is where everybody wants to be, much like the Royal Rumble. That's why when people debut now, they don't just debut on Raw no more. They don't just debut on like that special episode of SmackDown. They're at a premium live event with the most eyeballs in a stadium, and you can't beat that.
Bingo. At some point, TKO needs to realize that we're the worldwide leader. We're going to run this. And for somebody that might come around and say, that's a monopoly. Look at the NFL.
Yeah.
But you know what the NFL do? Or you know what the NFL has? The NFL has their product, and they're still the UFL in the spring. Yeah. You want to be that springtime organization? Go ahead. Mm-hmm. And you basically become a feeder for us.
Right.
But ain't going to be no USFL how they tried to do it. Ain't going to be no ABA like they tried to do with the NBA.
Right.
Because all they want to do is merge into us anyway. There's not going to be a WHL like it was for hockey. Because if anybody want to go there, baseball is a monopoly then. NBA is a monopoly then.
Yeah. It's like, yo, but this is America though. Like, and I was literally looking at it like that. I was like, yo, I mean, you say monopoly, but I mean, hey, you know, the Bucks, the Bulls, and the Knicks all have their own organization. It's just all funded or like orchestrated by Adam Silver, who is the NBA. And it's really no different to me in that regard. Yeah, I'm sorry. It just I don't see the bad thing. I think this goes back to what you, Bang, have been saying since we started the show. Watch everything. Watch all the wrestling. Don't get too caught up in just the letters on the screen. And I think this is the more greater opportunity for literally that to happen. You know, because sorry, but I don't watch Wrestle Kingdom because I don't know when I can definitely find it. But if you told me, hey, on this Thursday on Peacock or the ESPN app, this is going to air at 8 o'clock, I am more likely prone to be like, oh, shoot, you know what? They said that was going to be on. And it's going to be some, and it's wrestling on. And you know what? And hey, maybe you might have to throw me a bone and be like, yo, Oscar's definitely going to be there. And so I watch it. Or Io Sky is definitely going to be wrestling whoever the top chick is in New Japan. And I'm like, oh, you know what? Boom. I kind of want to see that. And that's, to me, that's what it is. Versus
and then
anything else. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, my bad. Because then when you add the programming that could come with it, you already tried that on Fox. Mm-hmm. When you add the programming that could come with it, with people talking about wrestling,
mm-hmm.
what the organization on the outside looking in don't want is to be the organization not being talked about.
Yeah.
And Russ, I was going there because the WWE has already rolled out WWE ID. So they've already infiltrated the indies.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole champion and everything in the indies. when it comes to WWE ID and identifying who's next. So they've taken over the indies in a sense.
So
really, go ahead.
I was gonna say so really, TKO is the NBA, and now WWE ID is AAU.
Bingo. Either that or college. That or college programming. But no, probably no. Matter of fact, listen. Okay, say what you just said.
Yeah. So essentially, TKO is like the NBA, but WWE ID is like AAU basketball, which is like the next stars.
So you got WWE ID.
Mm-hmm.
You have WWE NIL.
Yeah.
You have NXT. You got the relationship with TNA. You just bought AAA. They just had their premium live event. They're about to have another one. You got Natty over there wrestling this year in NWA.
Mm-hmm.
TNA about to get a new TV deal, and WWE is kind of aiding them.
Mm-hmm.
You got them having a relationship in Japan now too, not with New Japan, but with a brand in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't TKO the worldwide leader in sports entertainment? And why can't there not be programming built around discussing the worldwide phenomenon again that is now wrestling? Yeah. And you have all of the brands that you can discuss.
Yeah.
You got all of the brands that you could do highlights on. Yeah. You got all of the stuff that you could do features on. And there's one organization that's on the outside looking in, and that's AEW.
Yeah.
And if you ain't being talked about on these programming joints, then are you being talked about at all?
Mm.
This is why I believe eventually everybody's going to be in bed with each other. And the quickest way of doing it is to just say you're the worldwide leader in sports entertainment, TKO, have your platform built around spotlighting wrestling all over, have you a wrestling sports center type of thing, and boom.
Yeah.
That way now you have wrestling programming, you got highlight programming, you have discussion programming, you have all of that. And in all of these brands, you have the personalities to do it.
Yep.
You got your Peter Rosenbergs, you got your Big E's, you got your Jackie Redmonds, you have your Kathy Kellys, you have all of these others over at TNA, and then you have all of these people in the indies. The WWE has the potential, TNA, GC, TKO,
yeah,
I believe, has the ability of shutting this whole thing down and cutting people off and really building a structure of programming around pro wrestling and not just the WWE.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised in the next couple of years you see programming from TKO designed to talk about sports entertainment / wrestling. And if you ain't a part of the ecosystem, your ass gonna be on Tubi.
Hey, yeah. And with all of that being said, because I agree, this also residually brings more money to MMA.
It brings more money. It brings more jobs. It creates more talent. The only thing that I hate about this is WCW. This is how I feel about WCW at this point. As somebody who's a WCW stan, the WCW is like the Seattle Sonics.
Yeah.
And you see people talking about bring back the Sonics. Hey, y'all. Bring back WCW if this is the case.
But hey, respectfully, there is one guy near the top of the food chain that ain't above it. And he's the executive producer next to Lee Fitting on that TV. every week. All I'm saying is don't discount that from happening, because they are playing with WCW content. Mm-hmm. They playing with it on YouTube and on the app, but I definitely could see a world where WCW returns, because again, I'm now understanding the bigger picture of what TKO Endeavor is trying to do. And for me, they're trying to dominate combat sports in general. So it don't matter if it's boxing, MMA, pro wrestling. They literally got everything but the NFL.
So I'm glad that you said that.
Yeah. So when I look at that, I'm like, oh wait, yeah, you 1 trillion% with you on worldwide leader in sports entertainment. And I think that's just one sector for TKO Endeavor. I think they are trying to dominate combat sports and make sure that we look at this 10 years from now, everybody got an M just for participating in this multi-trillion-dollar conglomerate that exists.
First Black Champ, Jared Bandcamp from the Port. Let me tell you why you make more sense in this. So let me break down, we at that hour mark, so let me break down this summary real quick of where we're at right now. Mm-hmm. We're talking about TKO really showing that they are the worldwide leader in combat sports entertainment. Mm-hmm. WWE is in bed with TNA, just bought AAA. They if you want to count the natty thing with NWA, they've been in bed with NWA. They have the WWE ID program, which is infiltrating the indies. Mm-hmm. That's not to mention TNA and WWE NIL and Evolve. Mm-hmm. The Evolve programming. All of that. If TKO wanted to, they could build a brand around content on discussing sports entertainment, mm-hmm. different television shows, different things to continue the growth of this. And they could add MMA to that as well. So it could be programming around MMA because they also own the UFC. But what did the UFC and Dana White just do? They just killed pay-per-view as we're used to it. They just signed a $7.7 billion deal with Paramount. Yeah. And all of their premium events are now going to be free on Paramount. And for what I read and understand, Paramount is not even raising the price.
Nope.
So now, starting in 2026, you can see the WWE on ESPN. And on the 21st, their standalone platform debuts. And if you want to get that, that's cool. But apparently, if you have it on any of the cable networks or Sling or anything like that, you good with that too. Just go ahead and sign on in. So now just add that to the UFC going over to Paramount. And all of their events and specialty programming are going to be on Paramount. Mm-hmm. And you ain't got to pay $80 for a pay-per-view. They own combat sports entertainment. Mm-hmm. First of all, he might be nasty, but Vince McMahon set the tone of this with the WWE network. Yeah. Because now that's the play for everything. Yeah. And when the network debuted, I said it then, and I'll continue to say it. Now, just build programming outside of that with it. There needs to be a Sports Center type program for combat sports and entertainment. There needs to be countdown shows. There needs to be studio shows. There needs to be conversations. There needs to be flashback shows. And you got the personalities to do it. Mm-hmm. And just like you got the infrastructure for WWE INL, just like you got it for WWE ID, mm-hmm. you have the minor leagues to build up when it comes to those personalities too. Way quicker now to build the Bobby Heenans, Gorilla Monsoons, and the Mean Gene Oaklands now. Mm-hmm. And we talk about those indies. Some of those indies are bigger than others, like a GCW. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it, and then let's think about it like this. Shouts out to West Side Gun. TNA is in bed with Fourth Rope.
Yep.
Everybody's in bed with Reality of Wrestling.
Yep.
Who's becoming bigger and bigger. OVW just announced a deal about their programming.
Mm-hmm.
It's time, TKO. Make sports, entertainment, combat sports programming around what you do.
Yeah.
Be the worldwide leader.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, man, all this makes sense. And I mean, even beyond the NWA Natty thing, I mean, don't forget, y'all. Ricky Starks was just there. Marty Bell was just there. Eli Drake, now LA Knight was just there. Aaron Stevens is there. EC3, because I know y'all mess with him. He been like there's too many behind the scenes conversation talk and just there's inner workings. Like all of this is not as segregated and separated as the IWC want it to be or think it is. Like this is really business. This officially been bigger than Nino Brown. This is the Nasty Man brainchild. And like, it can't be stopped. It can't be stopped. So embrace it, enjoy it, and hey man, shit. Update your resume, shit.
With that being said, let's get into one of the biggest stories in wrestling.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, on Friday, Natty's going to be, thinking about Natalya and our, on Friday, we're going to get Naomi on Raw to discuss.
Ooh, Monday.
On Monday, yep. On Monday, we're going to get Naomi. See, there's a lot of shit going on. Okay. I can see TKO, but I don't know because, let me stop right there, Damian. I don't know because Court and the WWE has had a frosty relationship. There's been lawsuits and all of that. I actually could see MLW having more conversations with AEW at some point, but it is wrestling. Wouldn't be surprised. On Monday, this coming Monday, Naomi will be discussing what is going on and what is next. Naomi is slated to wrestle Stephanie Vaquer at Clash in Paris on August 31st. She was slated to wrestle Io Sky on last Monday's Raw, but she was not cleared to wrestle for unknown reasons. They were teasing the episode with her on Stephanie McMahon's program with Jimmy Uso. That did happen, and I listened to it. And there was nothing. So there also has been rumored reports about what may be the reason of why she's out. Now, Natalya Neidhart, that's why I was kind of flubbing because I was thinking about Natty on Busted Open talking about this situation. Here's a quote from her from Busted Open. Says, especially for the locker room, is one of those things that, well, somebody will know what's going on. But in this situation, like, Naomi is a real close friend of mine. But I just feel like it's a time right now where she needs space. So usually when something crazy is going on, I don't think it's crazy in a bad way. But I think, like, obviously, it's private. It's personal. Nobody ever wants to go down with an injury, knowing how hard Naomi has fought to get to this spot that she's in. Now, we have no clue what is going on. There's been pregnancy reports. People has been speculating on the relationship with her and Big Jim. Or maybe it's something else that we don't know. Naomi has had health issues in the past. I believe it was fibroids. And look, anybody that got a black woman in their family, they've probably heard this in one way or the other. Absolutely. So y'all could go look that up and how not only that could be detrimental to a woman's health, but reproduce. And Naomi has talked about wanting to become a mother, and how this might be her last run.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the controversy or the news surrounding Naomi? I don't want to speculate on what we believe she might say.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on what you've been hearing?
Man, the only my first thought was like, man, I just hope it's not anything career ending as far as like injury is concerned or just like health is concerned. Because I mean, and it's not just me, but we, the First Black Champ podcast, have been such a great advocate of Naomi. Like, you know, we dropped some of the stats like, yo, meanwhile, y'all complain about black wrestlers, but Naomi is the 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion, and she won at WrestleMania. We've been highlighting things like that. So, and for years, you know, we're not new to the bandwagon at all. But for me, my first thought was, wow, you know, for anybody that was confused about how big of a deal Naomi is, this lets you know. Like, this lets you know. I know that obviously people go by pop and who they love. So for some people, and I saw it, and this is the only reason why I'm speaking to it, they're saying, oh, well, you know, Rhea Ripley is way over than Naomi, and she didn't have to win, and this, that, and the third. It's like, nah, when you see this, and when you really look at Naomi's career for this era, but compared to any era, Naomi is literally one of the greatest women wrestlers of all time. Like, you can make an argument for top 10, excluding nobody. And this is a big blow to the WWE and the women's division, because she very well may be the most interesting thing in women's wrestling right now in this past quarter, especially for the summer from where we sit. So I'm just hoping, and this is my only thought, I was like, damn, I hope that she is not out indefinitely for years. Like, I hope this isn't an Edge type of, I need to retire. I'm hoping this is not a Roman Reigns, I gotta go away for a minute. Like, I just don't want anything bad or potentially life-altering to be this announcement. That's the only place my head is at. I'm hoping it's something as positive as the pregnancy rumors, because hey, we saw Becky Lynch do it and come back, and we was it Brie Bella? Wait, no, I forgot. And I don't want to just put babies on women, literally and figuratively. But I'm hoping it's something positive. Obviously, even though they do a great job of staying out of the media, you know, Jim has had his own, you know, situations, and they have had to deal with that early in the past, and we spoke briefly on that as well. But man, I'm just gonna leave it to avoid talking in circles and rambling. I just hope it is a positive reason and not something that could be challenging.
So first things first, let's talk about the wrestling aspect of things. If we're gonna talk about it in specifically a wrestling way, prayers up to Naomi.
Absolutely.
Naomi has been doing her things for years, going back to the pterodactyls and things of that nature.
Yeah.
When we hear things like this, definitely have not only all of the prayers and the sympathy for her, just want to make sure that Shorty is okay. Now, I am going to think about it in this way, though. We can speculate all we want to. I can't help but to wonder if this is as serious as people are making it out to be.
There's that.
So, Bully Ray on Busted Open talked about how he believes that the WWE is putting things out there to wrestling journalists because they know they're going to jump out the box. I hope that this is that situation.
Yeah.
They can't control what we speculate. They just want us to speculate,
Yeah.
to put more eyes on the product. So I hope that it is something in the lines of carrying on a storyline and things of that nature. Because people been cheering Naomi lately, and I don't think they want to make her a face right now. They want her to be despicable, so to speak. I hope that's the case.
Yeah.
From a wrestling standpoint. And then it also teach the internet wrestling community and these wrestling journalists a lesson. It's going to teach them to be careful on what they report on, because it just might not be true depending on who you're talking to.
Yeah.
With that being said, if it is something, then the expectation I would have is for her to vacate her championship tomorrow. And that would make her not only a very sympathetic figure, we would wonder and speculate if she would come back. If she would come back. So I hope it is the former. I hope that it is storyline driven. I hope that it is a big ha, I got y'all fools tomorrow. They fast tracked a potential heel turn with the Kabuki Warriors, with Io Sky. We did get a great match between Io Sky and Roxanne Perez on the fly and all of that stuff. The R-Truth thing and some other things. We've been seeing a lot of works like that. People are speculating about this thing with Karrion Kross and all of that. It's a lot of that going on and some truth to certain things. I hope it's that. If it is not, just praying everything is okay with Naomi. Like I said, I'm not about to sit up here and speculate about this woman's health, but I will ask this question. And maybe I'm looking at this all wrong, Kent. Maybe I am. But when I look at the IWC, it's a nasty community. Because I think that the internet wrestling community takes things a bit too personal. With wrestlers, you see these folks at the airport, when these folks get off trying to get autographs and photos, like, how you know I'm on this plane, Jack? Like, well, like, and you see people that's so invested in the personal life of wrestlers.
Yeah.
Am I wrong in saying that this is worse than any of the big four sports leagues?
No, absolutely not. I think you're dead on, because even the people that, as an example, love LeBron James, it looks like he can still navigate out in peace and kind of like not be harassed or whatever. And then that's not saying that he don't be having security or whatever with him, but like, if it was that, I don't think LeBron could be in the crowd at the pop-out show with his wife if there was IBC, an internet basketball community, like, that's kind of like reacting like that. What I don't, you know what? I don't know if you've seen it, but Idris Elba and John Cena were on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
And even John Cena was talking about how somebody's following them in his car. He's following his driver, and they just popping out on him. And John Cena dolo, and it was like, yo, it was all for autographs. And it was autographs so they could be resold. And to me, in my mind, is like, dude, you're not even a fan. Get a fucking job. Like you broke bitch. Dude, don't ever like be trying to like run me down for an autograph only so you can sell it. You know what I'm saying? But I say all that to say, this is why I don't engage in entertaining on the dirt sheets. I don't watch a lot of other wrestling podcasts, because people won't let the fantasy and the reality just live in its own different worlds. You know what I'm saying? And now, granted, I'm saying that in the the twilight or the aftermath of Hulk Hogan dying, right? It's Terry Bollea, because now it's like, do we hate Hulk Hogan and Terry Bollea? But when we look at situations like this with Naomi, and everything from pregnancy to divorce to injury rumors are going out about this woman, and none of it could be true. Literally none of it could be true. It could literally just be a ruse to just be like, you thought you could get rid of me, but you can't. Like, she could cut a promo that could be funny and hilarious and just throwing off the scent and building up to the match. And it could be nothing more than that. But then at the same time, it could turn around and be something that maybe even her own father didn't know. And he just walked her out to SummerSlam. And it could be something that, like their family, the rest of their family is not privy to. And now they got to find out from a dirt sheet or from Dave Meltzer or from the IWC. And that's trash. That's super whack. I'm not with that at all. And that's why I like to just entertain what we do, because we talk about wrestling like wrestling fans and we engage in the product. That's really all I'm ever here for. I never want to hear the other shit, because it's fuck shit to me. I would call it some other slurs, but it's 2025. But hey, maybe I need to go viral. But that's where it is for me. And that is why I do think, unfortunately, the internet wrestling community fans are the worst fans in the world. Like, they just are, because look how they want to know about life and how it affects wrestling, and not even for their own personal gain. It's literally just to know. It's literally just to know, because what do you gain from knowing? Because there is no, well, they experiment with gambling or whatever. But this ain't like, Patrick Mahomes' wrist is, fractured, so I'm going to just vote less. I'm going to take less on the touchdowns this week against the Vikings. It ain't that. It's literally just like, I just want to know on some fuck shit, on some dumb shit.
See, I'm glad that you said that, because I'm going to go back to TripleMania.
Mm-hmm.
American internet wrestling fans, because of what they've seen about Alberto Del Rio or Alberto Del Patron, and they like, yo, buddy ass gotta go. If he underneath the company, he's like, yo, he gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
The Mexican fans love him.
Mm-hmm.
They were cheering for him yesterday. Rey Mysterio was interrupted during the Hall of Fame thing with Conan. Mm-hmm. And he said that I'll bring him back. Like, I'll bring him, wait on me. I already know Rey Mysterio might be like, look, I know how y'all feel about him and some of the things, but over here, you got it.
Yeah.
And you just can't lose that guy. He ain't gotta be at the Royal Rumble. He ain't gotta be at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
He ain't gotta be champ.
Right.
He gotta be on his roster though.
Yeah.
But people will take those things personally. And that's what kills me about the internet wrestling community, is how they take things personal. This is why, like, also to you, I don't want to put us in this box, but for this segment, I'll put us in this box. Mm-hmm. I don't listen to wrestling podcasts like us.
Yeah.
Any other wrestling podcast I'll listen to is from actual wrestlers.
Yep.
Like, I'll listen to Busted Open. Shouts out to Jonathan Hood over there.
Yeah.
And part of it is because of Hood. He's the OG.
Yeah.
But I don't get that commentary from, like, I'm going to get the commentary I want to hear from the people I want to hear it from.
Yeah.
So I'll listen to Bully Ray. I'll listen to Tommy Dreamer. I'll listen to Natty. I'll listen to Dolph. They in the locker rooms.
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to other people like me talk about the same things that we're going to talk about, and probably a bit more emotional because they're intertwined.
Yeah.
Like the way I'll describe this podcast is two close friends who love wrestling and want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And talk about it in a way that you ain't gonna get to talk about it with others.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about a drop toe hold. I don't give a fuck about a power bomb. I don't give a fuck about none of those shits. We will question a storyline, but we will not go. You very rarely hear us say they were wrong for letting this person go over, or they were wrong for firing this person, and they need to bring this back.
Yeah, or so and so is a black or a white B because this, or this effing cunt did. Like, yo, all of that is super garbage, bro.
We don't do that, right? I mean, I guess you could say we try to stay as neutral as possible because we don't want to come off as homers like some people do.
Facts.
So when I listen to podcasts, I'm actually going to shout out Brando and his team because I saw a clip. They was like, yo, stop speculating on this shit. This shit's nasty. Y'all like y'all speculation is nasty. That's why I don't. Because then you get into that boat, especially for these people that want to gain more listeners and become viral off of the things that they talk about.
Absolutely. Hey, it's always fuck Johnny Wrestling, bro.
That's it. Yeah.
But real quick though, I'm glad you brought that up though, because it's fuck Johnny Wrestling. It's not fuck Johnny Gargano, the guy from Ohio, because like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know nothing about him personally. If it ain't from an NXT or a WWE announcer, like a Raw SmackDown announcer, I don't know it. And I'm not on a tirade or a hate campaign every day on dude, like trying to find something wrong with him. It's just like, yo, fuck him as a wrestler. And that's it. Like that's my line. It's never like, yo, I'll never be on this platform or any other platform talking about I heard his dad was a descendant of Hitler or something stupid, or like I just like, yo, I heard his uncle is a child, like, I wouldn't be like digging into his actual life to find a reason to really hate him. You know what I mean? It's just hate him as a wrestler, like fuck his face, like, like pause if necessary, but like, yeah, I don't like dude. That's it.
Yeah, so and that's when we get to the Naomi thing. That's the thing that I look at from folks and be like, man, y'all going a little bit too far.
Yeah. Y'all
doing a little bit too much right now. Because let's say, for instance, Naomi is pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think if she's pregnant that Naomi gives a shit about that goddamn championship around her waist.
Facts.
It's about bringing in a healthy baby boy or a girl.
Yeah.
And then I'll figure out if I want to come back after that, if I really want to be a mom. That's what I'm talking about there. You got people that's like, oh man, this is such a generational run. Sorry, folks. Don't nobody give a fuck about that generational run.
Yeah.
And when you pregnant.
Yeah. And to be clear,
that's things that are more important.
Yeah. And to be clear, on a lot of these generational runs that we've seen over time, they don't be as long as we think. Like we've only two really long runs that we've seen. I should say three: Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan, Roman Reigns. Everybody else has really had like some break, and you just look at the totality of their career. Like Ric Flair is the 16-time world champion because he lost 17 times. Like whenever we're talking about streaks of champions, but nobody's ever said, yeah, I'm trying to break the Ric Flair streak for the most days as champ. Like I've never heard that. It's just like, oh, I want to be the 16-time world champion. Like that's a benchmark, but it's never been because, oh, he just dominated like the entire late 70s into mid 80s. Like it hasn't been that, but so it's still, and it's not to say that she can't come back in about 14 months and restart it again if it's that real.
Yeah. So, man, if anything, keeping it very personal. Hope everything is well, will be well with Naomi. But all of this random ass speculation of what it could be and all of that stuff, that's nasty, and that has to end. Because if it is, let's just say, for instance, it is personal, and it is something that could hamper her physically.
Hey,
like
Donnie Russ, y'all on point.
Quite honestly, I don't think she would give a damn about this championship run if something is affecting her health.
Yeah.
Flip side of it, if she is pregnant, I don't think she give a damn about that too. She gives a damn about having a healthy kid.
Yeah.
With that being said, let me also let y'all know of a run that was short. The Rock.
Boy.
And the way y'all talk about The Rock, that shit was shorter than Stone Cold Steve Austin's.
Yeah. Yeah. We definitely talk about The Rock like he ran the world for 3 years with the belt.
Right. Randy Orton is a long run, ladies and gentlemen. When we look like Brock Lesnar is low-key a short run.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Compared to the others, it's a short-ass run.
Hey, Brock Lesnar's run was so short that they booed him at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Like, nigga, you just got here. You talking about going to play some football, get your ass up out of here. All right, man, with that being said, y'all know what time it is. It's the time that we discuss some things about what we care about, or no. It's do we care? Yeah. So let's start with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is on SmackDown. It looks like LA Knight is on Raw. Let's talk about this Sami Zayn shit real quick. Y'all thought I was mad about the Damian Priest shit and how Damian Priest won the feud with Drew McIntyre, but now his ass ain't even on the SmackDown card.
Bro. Yeah.
Fuck SummerSlam. He ain't on the SmackDown card. With that being said, Sami Zayn was on Raw earlier this year talking about how he wanted to be a world champion and he wasn't going to stop until he got it. He on SmackDown this week talking about I had to realize there's some other shit I ain't get. One of them is United States Championship. Woo!
Yeah. Hey.
So you just was like, earlier this year, you was like, y'all gonna get this world championship. Come August, you like, it's my shit. Right. Do we care?
You know what? We don't care, but they absolutely do care. Yeah. And I want to say it like this. We just defecated on the IWC and y'all deserved it. But this is where the garbage can gets a steak. Because this is bad booking. This is bad booking. And for Sami Zayn to literally be in altered graphics that show him at WrestleMania competing for the title, to him literally going around to SmackDown, to Solo and the motherfucking team to challenge for the U.S. title. It's like, so we just ripped your script up from the first 2 quarters. We're not even doing that. We just gonna say, hey, no, look, we about to move you over here while the guy we swapped you for is in the title hunt. In the title hunt. Now keep in mind, the only callback they got to this is the fact that Seth Rollins was like, hey man, look, we ain't gotta do all this. We ain't gotta beat your ass. You can just go to SmackDown and compete for the title tonight or tomorrow or whatever it is. But unless you want to stay here and get your ass whooped. So, and Sammy's response was, I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna beat your ass and take the title, and then I'll go to SmackDown. And now he ain't doing none of it. This is crazy. So do I care? No, because dog, I'm sick of Sami Zayn putting over Solo. I'm sick of that. But apparently this is, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Somebody gotta give me what this is.
I don't care about this shit at all. I am officially out of the Sami Zayn business. When they had that man come on there and say, oh man, I know I want this world championship, but I have to realize it's more to life and it's some other things I ain't accomplished. like winning the belt you got on your arm. And what I also didn't like is Jacob Fatu, who is the most non-giving his fuck ass wrestler on the roster, supposedly, look at Sami Zayn and be like, you know what? It's cool you going after the belt that I used to have. Go get it. Yeah.
I'm tired of Sami Zayn making Samoans more human than they need to be in pro wrestling.
That too. I hate it for him. I hate it for him. Dead ass. I hate it for him. Yeah. I would have rather saw Sami Zayn in that Fatal 4-Way match than Dragon Lee. That's how much I hate it for him. Like, give him some other shit. Like, give him something else to have him go wrestle Trick Williams for the TNA Championship. Do something.
Yeah.
But bruh.
Bring back Damian Priest and bring back Sammy Castro.
Matter of fact, you know what? Kent? I'll go as far as saying this, and y'all know I rarely say some shit. If this is the case, I'd rather Sammy go to AEW and become the AE World Champion. If we're gonna be doing this shit, be doing this shit.
This is where the times where y'all right. Where the man Sammy could go to AEW or TNA and be the world champ over there on Monday. Where is that? Send them tweets out.
No, if we're doing this, if Sami Zayn, beginning of the year, said that I want to be a world champion, and then 3 months later say, you know what, that U.S. championship looked kind of good. You know what, Sammy, take your ass over to AEW, go beat Adam Hangman Page, become the world champion. All right, just be the world champion. Get you a new name because you can't take Sami Zayn over there. If you want to put that mask back on and be El Generico again, do that. I don't care. Whatever it is, go be world champion in AEW. Because the fact that you went from I know I could be a world champion to there's other shit to do, I don't like it. I'm sorry. That shit's stupid to me, y'all. Wow. And that nah.
We don't care.
So no, I don't care. I don't care, Sammy. I don't. I'm just saying I don't. And you are top 5 of me in the WWE right now. But you 5 and you're going downhill because that Karrion Kross feud was mid at best. And now you about to fight Solo. And if they don't just give your ass a championship. All right, man. So look. Moving on.
Right.
Moving on. So we do have a championship match at Clash of Paris. And it's probably not what people thought. There was rumors of a tag team match, a 3-man tag match, or excuse me, a 6-man tag match. With 3 people on each side. There was rumors of a 6-man match with the Vision, and or versus LA Knight, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns' face is on the cover of Clash in Paris. Well, it looks like he might be taking him a little bit of break because a match was announced, and it is a fatal 4-way for the World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins, CM Punk, LA Knight, and Jey Uso.
Yeah, man.
So we know Seth Rollins is going over.
For sure.
Who taking the pin?
You know what? To me, I think it has to be Jey Uso, and that's not even just off of how you said his name. It's because the main event Jey Uso run is over. It's over, and he's proven that he don't need that tag to be over. People are Jey Uso's not over because he's the main event. Jey Uso's over because he's Jey Uso, and he yeets. And that's the perfect guy to take the pin because you get emotional investment from the audience. You protect CM Punk, and LA Knight can still look strong. So that's my thought. Yeah, sorry, Jay. It's got to be you, bro. Sorry. Hey, QB1 booked you.
I think that LA Knight is going to take the pin.
Damn it.
I'm gonna choose LA Knight here. Because my thought is that something's gonna happen to where the cheating to win is gonna happen, and they're gonna cheat LA Knight. I don't think it's gonna be Jay takes a finisher from CM Punk, and then like Seth Rollins moves him off or whatever. No, I think somebody is going to knock out LA Knight, and then they're going to be able to use that to say that he's steady getting screwed out of his chances, and that's how we're going to get it. I think LA Knight takes the pin. With that being said, any guarantees?
Man, oh, you know what? Yeah. I guarantee y'all don't care about Karrion Kross because he had to make his own content about leaving. Hey, and look, I was trying to shoot homie some bail, but I mean, look, unfortunately, Karrion Kross starting to look like the leader of the IWC right now because you said what you had to say about Logan Paul and how all of the people that were born, bred, and raised to be wrestlers and how they put their bodies on the line and they sacrifice so much. And, you know, and basically you didn't like he got VIP. But unfortunately, my brother, Logan Paul has wrestled better than you all year and in spots that have been around yours. And they gave you, they being the WWE, Lee Fitting and Paul Levesque gave you quite possibly the best worker in the world right now. And you did not get yourself over with the crowd or with the eye test from Michael Cole. And so now you've been featured endeavored and you decide to make your own content and you haven't been able to go viral off of that either. So I guarantee we don't care. I guarantee you need to go back to the drawing board. But also, man, hey, look, I wish you the best. I don't want to see people out here failing. I'm not that kind of dude. But, like, it's time to assess what you really mean to wrestling. And maybe this is just a classic case of just because you want to do something, don't mean it's meant to be.
Let me push pause on this. This is why I hate the internet wrestling community, because y'all liars. Y'all don't give a shit about Karrion Kross.
At all.
Y'all don't give a shit about Karrion Kross. Y'all don't give a shit about R-Truth. Y'all don't give a shit about Natty. Y'all don't give a shit about none of these wrestlers.
Nope.
Because if y'all did, y'all be like, yo, Karrion Kross, go to TNA and get that championship back. Or go to AEW. Like, I want to see you. I don't care where you go. No. And here's the other thing, too. Make no bones about it. Y'all know that this is not an allegiance podcast. Yeah. It might be a we watch what we can watch at the time because we busy podcast. Right. But we watch wrestling here given the opportunity and the time. Mm-hmm. A lot of people in the internet wrestling community just got to say that y'all love the WWE and y'all rather your favorite be on the WWE platform.
Yep.
I actually believe the AEW stands more than I believe WWE fans. Because them same AEW people watching Cody, they watching Ethan Page. They just rather watch them in AEW, but they watching. They probably won't tell you they watching, but they watching. Mm-hmm. But R-Truth gets cut. And y'all get mad because he got cut like he ain't got no options. He comes back, is a serious character, and y'all don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. And now he's doing this split personality bit because he know y'all don't want to see serious R-Truth. Y'all rather see me have fun, and that's what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. So I had to fake, look at me, boom. I had to fake the funk a little bit. Karrion Kross. Oh, y'all don't give a shit. Y'all don't give a shit about Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
You know what Karrion Kross give a shit about? All right, man, I'm probably going to get more money over here than I am going to be over there. Mm-hmm. And even he, at his age, might be like, look, me being a mid-card over here is going to be better than me being the face of the franchise over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
He want to be the big fish or the small fish in the big pond instead of being the big fish in the small pond. But y'all don't care. Y'all don't care. And that's the whole thing. Y'all don't care. Stop lying to Karrion Kross and Scarlett.
Yeah, facts, please.
Stop, please. For the love of God. Y'all don't care about Karrion Kross like that.
No.
So stop getting on Twitter and acting like y'all give a damn, because y'all don't. You know what y'all want? Y'all want to be able to say y'all influenced something.
That's a fact, though. That's a super fact.
That's it. Y'all don't care about Karrion Kross. Y'all want to say we influenced something.
Yeah.
Man, kick rocks. Karrion Kross, go somewhere else and kill. Go to Japan and wrestle Zack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP World Championship. Or wrestle Evil or somebody like that. Go do something like that. Because Karrion Kross with Scarlett in Japan, to me, is money. Go do some shit like that. You might not want to go to Japan, though. And I feel you. But y'all stop acting like y'all care about Karrion Kross. Y'all don't give a shit.
Facts. Yeah, that's it for me. What you got?
I guarantee y'all don't give a shit about Karrion Kross. Y'all don't give a damn. Y'all don't. Y'all. Like I said, y'all just want to say y'all influence something. Y'all just want to get a tweet off or two. Y'all just want to get a retweet. Y'all don't give a damn about Karrion Kross or Scarlett. You know who I give a damn about, Kent, in this?
Yeah.
Scarlett.
Yeah.
Because now, here's the thing about the Karrion Kross thing. Karrion Kross said that they offered him a contract. They ain't offer his wife a contract. What? You got to make a decision. She stay at the crib or work somewhere else, or she hitting the road with you. And you know what? I think he made the right decision. Nah, my wife got to slide with me. She's part of the character.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about? Once that was the case, here's how I know y'all don't care about Karrion Kross or Scarlett. Because ain't no sign say bring Scarlett back. And apparently the reason why Karrion Kross ain't there is because they ain't re-signing Scarlett.
Yeah.
So if y'all want to bring him back, we need signs that say bring back Scarlett. And guess what? I rock with you. Part of the reason why I rock with you, because she from the crib.
There you go.
And we gonna support the crib.
Always.
Outside of that, she's a fine woman from the crib.
Angel cakes on deck.
Bring her back. But ain't no sign saying bring Scarlett back. It's bring Karrion Kross back. Guess what they did? Gave him an offer.
Yeah.
He said no. Y'all don't care about no goddamn Karrion Kross.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and Russ, unfortunately, this era of generation, this era of wrestling fan don't care about Carlito. We do, but they don't, unfortunately. Yeah. Well, hey, man. Well, look, that's going to do it for us today. Hey, man, look, hey, we appreciate y'all checking out this episode of the First Black Champ podcast, man. It's always a pleasure to connect with y'all every Sunday. Talk about the world of wrestling and everything that exists in it that's worthy of talking about. You know what I'm saying? Always know that when you come here and you contribute to the FBC community, that you are valued and appreciated. And you ain't about no fucktard shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't do that here. We do the real wrestling talk like nobody else in the world. And we thank each and every one of you for being a part of that. So always know, if you ever want to talk about wrestling in an unconventional way, that you do so by checking out the First Black Champ podcast. It's the pit with the VP, DOC, and we are out. And even though we keep it so real and we love all wrestlers, it is fuck Johnny Wrestling.
And it's also, y'all don't give a shit about Karrion Kross. Stop lying.
Fall and pray.